morning, class. Today I will be teaching you multiplication, or reviewing it with you at least. So, as you may remember from your previous math classes, you learned about this multiplication table, which shows you how to multiply each number from 0 to 12. And I will be teaching you how to multiply in 6 easy steps. So the first step is relating multiplication to addition. So my example is 5 times 5 equals 25. But you could also get that answer by adding 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 and getting your answer of 25. And below I just show them I have my work. So for step 2, you can start with the multiples of 0 and 1. And my example for that is any number you multiply by 0 is always going to be 0, whether you're using 0 times 100 or 0 times a million, your answer will always be 0. And as my examples show, I have 0 times 9 equals 0 and 0 times 100 also equals 0. And then for the multiples of 1, no matter what number you multiply by 1, your answer will always be the other number that isn't 1. So as my examples show, 1 times 2 equals 2, and 1 times 5 equals 5, which shows you that your answer will always be a number other than 1. For the third step, you can cover the multiplication table starting with the easy numbers. You could start, however, with whatever number you want and just go through to review and help you further memorize until you get to the harder numbers, and it will just help you review on how to multiply the bigger numbers. For step 4, you can show how the commutative property makes things easier. So for example, 2 times 8 equals 16, and 8 times 2 also equals 16. The 18 was just a mistake, so just ignore that. But basically, for the commutative property, no matter the order you put the numbers, the answer will never change, as the visual model in the corner shows that no matter what way you have the equation being, it will always be the same answer as long as it's multiplication. In step 5, you can break your memorization down into easy steps. For example, each table has an easy way to memorize its answer, whether that be using addition or your fingers. Meaning, as I said earlier, no matter the number you multiply 0 by, it's always going to be 0. And for 1, it's always going to be the number that isn't 1. And for 9, you can just use your fingers and get your answer by putting down the finger that is the other number other than none. And so yeah, each multiplication equation has its own way to figure out the answer. In step 6, you can use the associative or indistributive properties to get your answers as well. And for the associative property, no matter the way you group your numbers, the answer will always be the same. And that both properties are shown here on the 2 models I've given. And now to practice. Hi class, welcome back. As I just reviewed with you on how to multiply, we are going to practice now. So, first equation, 10 times 3. Any number times 10 is always going to be number that you're multiplying it by, because there's a 1, and then you're just going to add a 0 at the end. So this answer is just going to be 30. And as I reviewed with you in the presentation, any number times 0 is always going going to be what? Correct, 0. And for 5 tables, you can do, you can also use your fingers for this method by starting with 5 on your pinky and then adding 5 each time. So it'd be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So 5 times 8 equals 40. And for your 9s tables, you can do it the same way, except you don't add 9, well, you do add 9 each time, but you can just go like this, and 9 times 9 is 81. Or if you had 9 times 5, it'd be 45. So 6 times 4 is going to be, can someone give me an answer? Yes, go ahead.
Is it 32?
No, you're close. It is 24. Because you can get this answer by doing 5 times 4, which is 20, and then since 6 comes right after 5, you just add 4 more on to 20, and you get your answer of 24. For 7, you can do it how you did 5, and do 7, 14, 21, 28, and so on and so forth. And then, so 7 times 7 is 49. This one we will save for later. And since this is a really easy equation, we all probably learned this a long time ago. 3 times 2 is 6. Because 3 times 1 would be 3, and then you're just adding 3 more onto that, and you get 6. For 4 times 7, it's just like this, how when you do 5 times 4, it's 20, and then you add 4 more on for 4 times 6, and you get 24. So when you do 4 times 7, you add 4 more on to 24, and so you get 28. So this one, my friend taught me a cool way to figure out this problem. It goes 6 times 8 went on a date, and the answer is, who knows the answer, guys?
Is it 48?
Correct. And another way that you can have a cool way of solving another problem is for 8 times 8. So I learned this when I was also in elementary school. My teacher taught us to say, Ada, Ada, stick on the floor. 8 times 8 is 64. And there you go, guys. That's your practice problems for the day. Don't forget, chapter 5.1 of homework is due tomorrow, and I will be teaching you more multiplication coming up next. Hi, class. So as I just reviewed with you on how to do simple multiplication to get your answers, I will now review with you on how to get those same answers with addition. So, can anyone give me 2 numbers to start?
How about 4 times 2?
Thank you. Next time, can you please raise your hand?
Okay.
Okay, so for this, you can use any way to show your numbers. So I will use dots. So 4 times 2. So what you will do is you can either do 4 circles, and then you will do another 4 circles because it says 2 times. Or you can do, you can write 2 circles out 4 times, which is like this way. So 2, 2, 2, 2. And then once you have your circles drawn out, you will just simply add them together. So can everyone count with me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Perfect. So we have 8 circles here. And since these circles basically represent this equation just drawn out, that means our answer is also going to be 8. And another way, for another example, let's take 3 times 4. And you can do circles again, or you can do stars. I'll use stars this time. So you can either choose the 4 or the 3. I'll choose the 4. And so you will do 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 stars, that's 1 time. And since you need it 3 times, you will do it again. And one last time. And so then, as we did in this equation, you just simply add them all together after you've written them out or drawn them out. So, there's 4 in this row, 4 in this row, and 4 in this row. Can anyone tell me what that answer of amount of stars is? Yes? Jerome?
Is it 12?
Yes, you are correct. So there's 12 stars here in total, which means since this represents this equation, that means that this equation also equals 12. So we can do one last time, and I'll choose something even easier. So
Can we do 100 times 20?
maybe next week. So we will do 7 times 2. So you can either take 7 or 2 and draw out 2 circles 7 times, or you can do 7 circles and just write it out 2 times. I'll do 7 circles 2 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And again, because the second number you're multiplying it by is 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So, since we have 2 sets of 7, because you're multiplying 7 by 2, there should be, can anyone tell me the answer?
Ma'am,
Yes, Sally.
I think it is 14.
Perfect. There is, in fact, 14 circles here. And that's it for your lesson this week. Thank you, class. Have a great weekend.
Thank you for listening to my presentation and watching me do some review on multiplication. Have a great day. Bye!